Hello everyone, Sandy here. So, we are continuing on the Find My Fire journey, and these are some of the Queen of Wands that we will be exploring today. All right, so we are continuing on this journey, and I don't know if we're going to have the time to go through each and every one of the cards that I just showed you, but we are going to just dive straight in, and we are starting haphazardly with the Queen of Wands from the Llewellyn Tarot. I absolutely adore this deck. It's so beautiful. I adore watercolor decks overall. This is quite clearly just straight out from very inspired by the Rider-Waite-Smith. The only thing that I am missing here is the black cat. I don't understand why they omitted to bring the black cat with this Queen of Wands. We've got the sunflower, we've got the wand, the budding wand, we've got the gorgeous colours, but no cat. I don't know why they didn't bring the cat in. It's the only thing that I have against this particular Queen of Wands. Right, let's head on to the guidebook and have a little read from the Queen of Wands. Here is the guidebook page in case you'd like to pause here and read on your own instead of listening to me. But I'm going to center her there and you can just focus on her while I read from the guidebook. An intelligent woman with a warm heart, she is admired for being self-made, having earned for her standing in the world by way of her own hard work and talents. This experience makes her sensitive to the struggles of others she finds worthy. Courage, conviction, high ideals, a steadfast supporter, a woman who stimulates and teaches those around her. A person of intellectual influence, politics and education. While she enjoys luxury, she values accomplishment and attempts to leave her mark on society. Reversed, a strident, sharp-tongued woman, unpleasant company, anger causing one to become judgmental and habitually suspicious, unsympathetic, alienating behavior. Right, that was quite harsh, but it's all part of the exploration of the Queen of Wands, and there were definitely some nuggets in there that some energies, some aspects of the Queen of Wands that I would like to implement into my practice. So let's move right along. Next up, we have the Queen of, or the Mother of Fire from the fantastic Fenica Mythologica, or Mythologica Fenica Tarot. Yes, that's what it's called in English. So we've got, sorry, I'll zoom out. We've got the Mythologica Fenica Tarot by the amazing Susanna Salo. I am still waiting to get the urge to start working with this deck, but I love it nonetheless for what it is bringing me to this moment right now. So let's read about the Mother of Fire. All right, this is quite a lot, quite a lot of text. I might not read all of it for you. We'll see. Right. Mother of Fire, Queen of Wands. Keywords: self-knowledge, warmth, fortune, well-being, naturality, Compassion, continuity, love, caring, sensitivity, practical approach towards life. At homes, the hearth has always been the symbol of inner spiritual center. The return of travelers, seekers, and hunters is always a voyage to the hearth. The upward rising smoke symbolizes prayers addressed to the gods above, and the base of the hearth is connected to the thought that the earth represents the female sex. The woman's control over the house is also connected to this, even though fire in itself represents masculine power. The mother of fire tells of caring, warmth, contentment, and safety that is shared among family members and close friends around home. The mother of fire is the guardian of security, serenity, and good fortune at family relationships and at home. One can sacrifice a bit of silver to it if one wants to, and it's best to give thanks to it every now and then, so that fortune will continue to be favorable. But no fire burns if it's not taken care of. The card advises to cherish love relationships and to other close relationships. Express your feelings openly and share them in a close manner with your loved ones. If you don't have a hearth, burn candles instead. Give yourself time to relax at home and turn it into a calm, pleasant repose, where suppose she might have wanted to use respite here, I'm not sure, where it's nice to return from a daily grind. The mother of fire also tells that you've achieved deep self-knowledge through the adversities you have faced. You can relax now and concentrate on your inner world. Your compassion has grown thanks to your experiences, and you're able to face people with gentleness. Forgiveness and compassion flow from your inner spring, and there's no need to ration them. You may embrace the world and abandon the accusations towards yourself and others. The mother of fire indicates a gentle and righteous person who has the gift of love, who is familiar with him or herself and is able to enjoy life here and now. Right, wow. I really really love how she goes into old folk practices in the beginning of the write-up, and then she goes into more of the card interpretation in the conclusion. The English in this book is not the most correct, but it's definitely completely understandable. I am very keen on getting to know the rest of this deck now. So this has at least sparked my urge to start using this deck more. Alright, so that was The Mother of Fire from the Mythologica Fennica Tarot by Susanna Salo. Right, next up, let's take a peek at a shorter guidebook. This is the Queen of Wands from the Connolly Tarot, which is a brand new deck in my collection. This is the vintage version from the 90s. And it only comes with this little white book. And let's have a read. Queen of Wands. Key, a woman who has an attractive personality and draws people to her. Reverse key, a woman who is rather narrow-minded, often takes a domineering approach. All right, so that was very short and not so sweet. But at least we've got the cat. We also have a oak wand in her hands there, and something rather different, not a sunflower but an Easter lily or narcissus maybe. I wish the guidebook would tell me more, but it doesn't. So yeah, that's the Queen of Wands from the Connolly Tarot. Next up, we have another Queen of Wands that's completely new to my collection. This is the Queen of Wands from the Life Code Tarot, which is a deck I picked up in London during my trip there to this in July. So here we go. All right, here is the whole page. The Queen of Wands, water of fire, courage, confidence, independence, sexuality, determination. The Queen of Wands is no shrinking violet. She is absolutely not afraid to be completely herself. She owns her power and puts it out into the world and takes no prisoners. She's a natural leader, not because she particularly wants to lead, but because she takes the initiative and others naturally and willingly follow. She is completely comfortable being the center of attention and definitely has that universal Wands sex appeal. She is bold and not afraid to take control. Combine that with her Wands passion and you have a no apologies girl who loves a good time. Right? Well, that didn't beat around the bush. I definitely liked the write-up, like how the energy in behind the words in that guidebook seems really interesting. So that is going to be an interesting deck to start exploring soon. All right, the next one is the Queen of Wands from the Tarot of Curious Creatures by Chris Ann, one of my absolute favorite decks. Let's flip over to the wands and have a little read. Here is the guidebook. So you can pause and read if you want. Right. Heads, confidence, creativity, goals met, success, ambition, a joyful person, finding determination, a social butterfly, charisma, outgoingness, openness, and interest in the occult. Tails, or reverse, feeling insecure, jealousy, a time to be more social, hidden aspects of a person's personality, being egotistical, selfishness, a need for external validation. Warm and charming, this lion queen shares the secrets to her success by displaying her enthusiastic passion openly. She engages her community with dynamic confidence, transparency, and a ferocity of spirit. In this way, she looks after her people, her cubs, her world. She offers you a chance to step into this extroverted, ambitious energy. And while this Queen of Fire can be hot to handle when she unleashes her righteous rage, she will also help you burn away and release the residue of any past wounding with ease. Allow confident peace to blossom in its place, because your lessons are your strength and are key to unlocking a deeper purpose. Transmute any anger or jealousy by following the roaring whispers of your own heart, and you will find a sacred flame of sustainable inspiration within. The Queen of Wands is ready to illuminate that inherent bold and unapologetic greatness that you have always had inside. I love this guidebook so much, you guys. Lioness Conversations. My little black cat familiar is always with me, with her alternative dialogues and witchy spiritual things. She helps ground me into my own magic and reminds me that my pure essence is never truly tame. How are you moving through any anger or frustration? And can you turn them into beauty? How are you feeding your creative soul? And can you see the inspiration hiding within all the emotions of your journey? Oh, goodness. Seriously, Chris Ann knocked it out of the park with this one. I love this guidebook so much. And just again reminds me I need to keep this deck out and just use it. I adore this card. And all of the advice and the encouraging words found in the guidebook is just so... I love it. All right. Next up, I'm continuing with the lion energy here, or the lioness energy. This is the Queen of Wands from the Guardian of the Night Tarot. And this is, of course, by MJ Cullinane. Let's flip over to the Queen. I will zoom out for the book so that you can pause if you want. All right. The Queen of Wands saunters in with a sexy, feminine, effervescent energy as she is eager to get out into the world to create something new and magnificent. Her life almost feels boundless. Although often chipper and optimistic, don't mistake her easygoingness with being a pushover or unambitious, as this queen knows what she wants from life, and she knows how to use her charm to secure it. When you encounter the Queen of Wands, you are directed to walk in a leader's shoes of someone whose mere presence can command the room. This is a woman whose undying upbeat spirit brings a team together with passion and enthusiasm. It is the Queen of Wands who sees the potential in every person and situation and has a knack for drawing out the best in each. When you hold this card in your hand, ask yourself if you are seeing your situation from the Queen of Wands position. Are you able to find the good or the potential just waiting to be discovered? Are you focusing on what is working rather than the flaws? Is your health and well-being a priority? When you need a boost to your self-esteem, when you need to feel powerful and in command, call on the lioness to help you roar. If you are uncertain or if you feel uneasy about taking the lead, if you need a boost of energy to rally a team, call upon the lioness for her fearlessness and passion. When you walk next to a lioness, you will be protected. The crow is a nod to my first deck, the Crow Tarot. Here, this bird is passing the wand to the lioness, and with it the power of intuition, of being able to glance through the veil to see all the possibilities the future holds. Animal keywords: lion, passion, command, authority, royalty, power, and prestige. Right. So that was the Queen of Wands from the Guardian of the Night Tarot. So this is the Anecdotes Tarot, the Queen of Batons. And this deck is rather special because it's inspired by and built upon the songs by Joanna Newsom. And this here is the guidebook entry for the Queen of Batons. A Lady Bright. As in the Etea tradition, the Queen of Batons is a woman of the country. She is inspired by the mother of 3 little babes, and she waits at home to welcome her children whenever they return. Her baton is a distaff, a tool for crafts, as well as a symbol of the domain of women. Thus, this card can represent a spinner or a textile artist. Her positive qualities are warmth of spirit, hospitality, and attentiveness. Her negative qualities are pride and difficulty letting go. that kind of hits home. The difficulty of letting go. Yes, I definitely have some of that going on. Right. Next up is a deck, one of my oldest, that I've barely used until now, and I'm so excited about it. So this is the Queen of Wands from the Golden Tarot of Klimt. It's the second deck that I ever got back in the days of my teenage years. And this weekend I took the time to edge it in black to give it a new lease of life. And I am keeping it out on my desk to get to know it a bit better, because so far I've actually never really read with it. I know it's crazy how it can go that way sometimes. But let's have a read of the... Oh, hang on. It's the Pentacles first. Sorry, no. What? Chalices, Pentacles, Wands. Right, it's a very, very short entry. Queen, comfort of a friend, intense relationship, understanding. That's the upright meanings, and the reverse meanings is jealousy, uncertainties, perversion, and shame. Whoa, right? That took a turn. But in either case, it's not my favorite Queen of Wands ever. I mean, yes, she's holding a wand, but she does look a little bit forlorn, which is not exactly what I would equate with the Queen of Wands. Either way, it's a gorgeous artwork, but yeah. Next up, we have the Witch of Fire from the Witch's Wisdom Tarot, which I am honestly so excited that they are releasing a smaller version of this deck. I have not been able to use it much because of the size of the cards. And yeah, I'm really hoping that the standard edition that they are putting out later this year is going to be a smaller version. So let's just cross our fingers and hope for the best. So we have the Witch of Fire. And here is the guidebook entry. Wisdom. Deep within Mother Earth, a sacred cave is filled with heat and dreams. Swirling smoke conceals, then reveals the Witch of Fire. The spark of life burns in her eyes, and she tosses bay leaves into a bowl of glowing embers. Fire dances as she summons visions. The mythic snake wraps around the immortal oracle as the Pythia looks into your heart. She knows what the future holds and what magic will create it. She knows how the spark of life becomes flames of joy. But before she shares her precious wisdom with you, you must know yourself. Essence. Look within, know yourself, find gold in the dark. Ooh. All right. Counsel. The Fire Witch challenges you to discover what you truly want. It may not be what you first think. Look within and don't be blocked by what frightens you. There is gold in the darkness, lessons that will liberate your spirit and empower you. When you recognize that, the Fire Witch will show you how to bring your dreams into being and fill your life with joy. Magic. A dream pillow. Create a dream pillow. Hold dried mugwort, preferably organic, and ask it to work with you. Fill a small cotton bag with it or tie it in a cotton handkerchief. Ask your question. Ask for a sign, for a guide. Ask your dreams to help you. Place the dream pillow under your pillow. Go to sleep. When you wake up, before getting out of bed, Write down everything you remember from your dreams. Ooh, all right. That sounds intriguing, and I really loved the write up for this Witch of Fire. And it also made me interested to read more about the Pythia, which is something I have never actually done before. So, yeah. All right, next up for something a little more upbeat, I believe, we have here the Queen of Spring from the Victorian Fairy Tarot by Linnea Weatherstone and Gary A. Lippincott. One of my all-time favorite decks. I just adore this artwork so much. All right, Queen of Spring. Radiant with joie de vivre, the Queen of Springs dances before her throne like the blossom on the breeze. Warm, vivacious, and confident, she activates others to change and grow through her captivating example. She is the muse who inspires her court to create works of art, compose music, and write poetry in her honor. Her enthusiasm for each creation is unreserved, heaping accolades upon all and feeding the flames of brilliance and illumination. The people look to her to lead the revels, and her gaiety enlivens all the gatherings of the spring court. Her flower is the primrose, the prima rosa, whose meaning in the language of flowers is youth. Every spring, indeed, every day, brings delights for this fairy queen, who is ever young. When you get this card in a reading, this card can be used to represent a woman whose creative spark burns brightly and whose warm personality irresistibly draws others to her. She may be an artist, or life itself may be her art. She is ardent, awake to life's infinite possibilities, and eager to support others in expressing their potential. In a less positive vein, she can be a bit flighty or frivolous if denied meaningful outlets for her self-expression. If the card doesn't represent a particular person, it can mean a time of great creative joy, when the vital energies of life burst forth and are expressed in ways that benefit others. In a nutshell, nurturing creative growth and talent, reveling in the joy of life. Yes. I don't know how many times I've read that entry in this guidebook, but it always lifts my spirits every time. So, yeah, just can't get enough of this deck. All right, the next one we have is the Queen of Wands from the Green Witch Tarot. All right, this card relates to being practical and channeling energy automatically. There is a need to release any negativity to prevent it from interfering with work, creativity, or personal relationships. Good-natured kindness is indicated along with the characteristics of dependability, faithfulness, and loyalty. There is also a sense of self-mastery and self-confidence, as well as a warm personality. This card may represent a friendly confidant or someone who is easy to talk to and a good listener, who can offer sound advice. One's creative vision extends to all facets of life with warmth and optimism, and energy is put to work joyfully, yet is tempered with understanding. This card could indicate a person who is imaginative and sincere, as well as self-actualized and empowered, and as such is willing to help others. Creativity and a keen mind are indicated here, as well as a loving nature and attachment to home. Hyacinth for kindness, optimism, and happiness is in a vase on the bench. A golden aureole, a symbol of optimism, energy, and enjoyment of life, is in the bush. Meaning, optimistic, practical, sincere, loyal, creative, kindly, eloquent, insightful, expressive, imaginative, clever, self confident, channeling energy, independent, strong willed, good planner, gracious, and friendly. Reversed, critical, irritable, jealous, insecure, and unconfident. Prompt words, practical, channeling energy. Right. I while I was reading this, I just suddenly got the feeling, that there seems to be two different kinds of camps when it comes to describing the Queen of Wands. One camp is on the whole kindness, creativity, encouraging, openness, warm-hearted kind of Queen of Wands. And the other one seems to be dealing with the fieriness, the sexuality, the sensuality, the womanliness, the hot-headedness. It seems like this practice is very beneficial to me, because we by reading all of these guidebooks, we are exploring all the different facets of the Queen of Wands energy and how it can manifest in us and in our personalities, and how we can integrate those energies into our lives in order to reach the results that we want. So yes, very excited. Love this Queen of Wands, by the way, from the Greenwich Tarot as well. Oh, this deck, I need to use it more. All right, next up we have the Queen of Wands from the Self-Love Tarot, which is quite a quirky little deck, I must say, and I am keen to read about the Queen of Wands in this guidebook. All right, so here's the guidebook entry. Keywords: colorful, courageous, not outrageous, courageous, energetic, gets things done, very attractive woman, leader, alpha. Queen of Wands, trust yourself in the crucial moments and don't hesitate to act. Believe in your abilities and pursue the goal you've set for yourself. You are optimistic and full of new ideas. You know what you want and how to get it. You act efficiently, achieve success, and are friendly and open to those around you. You are the center of attention and your social life is blooming. You radiate freshness, joie de vivre, that's another, again, joie de vivre and positive energy. You are a born leader. You like to be in the center and others appreciate the fact that you have taken on this position. Right. Interesting. I would have really loved to see some kind of mention here in the guidebook of the choice of, colours, and also how they chose to depict the Queen of Wands with the head of what I would assume is perhaps a swallow. I'm not sure. And, the part that she's carrying these branches or wands in her arms. As if she's cradling them. That's quite interesting as well. Beautiful deck and card nonetheless. And the last one for today that I've chosen or picked out from the pouch of Queen of Wands is the Queen from the Fairies Tarot by Natalie Hertz. Or Fairy tarot, not fairies tarot. So this is a short one, but it's got a little bit of text anyway. Let's put that up there for you guys. Right, Queen of Wands. This dignified fair queen with her serene face incarnates modesty, honesty, and understanding and patience. Sure and relaxed, her wand is firmly planted. We are welcome in her woods, where imps and sprites live. The fox, which accompanies her, symbolizes her tact and dynamism. Ooh, all right. Divinatory meaning: a sympathetic person, understanding and honorable, a maternal woman whom one can count on, shining success at work, protection, economy, but generosity, an interest towards the others, sincere and balanced sentimental relationships, grace and female charm, trips and strolls. Reversed meaning: a dishonest, mean and stubborn woman, jealousies, obstacles, schemes, lack of professionalism, incapability to show one's talent, unstable emotions, disloyalty and revenge in love, competition and treason, lacks self-esteem. Wow. All right. So that little guidebook actually crammed in quite a lot there anyway, and we got a few different keywords there as well, which I really enjoyed. Dignified was one of them. Then we have that she incarnates modesty, honesty. Modesty is one of a contradiction there, I think, because a lot of the others' description of the Queen of Wands is that she's a bit extra, isn't it? That she's, out there, putting herself out there, and she's not afraid to be herself. And here we have modesty as one of the keywords. Understanding and patience. Yeah. I really appreciate all of these different views of the Queen of Wands, and cannot wait to dig into this even deeper with some of... I will definitely be doing another installment of this exploring series, and because I do have some more queens here in my little pouch. I think there's enough here for one more long form video like this, and then I will be embarking on some different kinds of exploration of the Queen of Wands. I'm thinking maybe some kind of spreads, maybe some kind of tarot challenge type thing that I might be developing, and making a video and maybe some prompts for if anybody else is interested in doing some Queen of Wands work together with me. So yeah, that was it for this time, my friends. Please take care of yourselves and be well, and I'll see you in my next video. All right, bye bye.